Hey everybody, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. It's the 1st of November 2021. I'm going to start this month, looking at MATIC. I had a request from one of the members to take a look at MATIC, and so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Before I get into any of this, of course, as you all know, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and I'm just giving my opinion on the market. So let's go ahead and take a look at the chart that we have in front of us right now. I want to point out just a couple things here. First off, it's kind of hard to get a good gauge where the beginning of this price action starts. I have it starting all the way over here, way back in April of 2019, but that's pretty much at zero almost. It's 0.003 or so. And then we have our first impulsive move up, and then we have our pullback. So we've got our upside pivot up here, and then we have a nice correction. I will go ahead and label that correction for you. I'm going to label that up here as a little A, B, and a C to finish that correction. So we've got that on a smaller subdivision. I think that's pretty clear beginning to all of this. From there, of course, as we can see here, I'm going to go ahead and label this guy right here as a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. So that 5 is going to be finishing our next pivot, next impulse up, and then our pullback. And again, if I wanted to, I could throw this right here. I'm on the daily chart right now, so I don't want to get too far in the weeds, but I think it's reasonable to say that we've got nice corrections all around. All right, so we've got nice moves up, nice corrections to finish these moves, and so from here, we've got this pivot from down here to our pivot high, and then our pullback. That was really nice, and so I think we're going to use all of these to make a determination on where things are going to go from where we're at now. I always say in a lot of my videos that you use Fibonacci, you use your trend-based fib, your fib retracement, you use those to give yourself a little bit of a forward projection from where things are going to go, because in actuality, MATIC, we are expecting this guy to go to prices it's never been before. So how are you going to know when you need to take profit if you don't have any tools to give you that information? That's exactly why we have these tools, right? And I say this all the time. So first off, what we're going to be looking at here is this price action at about 86 cents. This price action right here at the 2618 and at the 175. We've talked about all of these before. If you haven't seen it, you can go back to our Algo City video that I did almost 2 years ago to show the significance between the 175 and all of these 618s. So we've got the 1618, the 2618, the 3618. All of these are going to be very important to give us targets to the upside, basically outside of where the price action was. And as you can see, some of these areas, like for instance, this level right here, this is very close to this 1618, and we had a correction off of that. We pushed through, obviously, but we had those targets for taking profit. So now that we're where we are, just looking at the structure, right? So we've got our fib, our trend-based fib tools, and all of this are going to help us give an educated guess on where things are going to likely go from here. So we've got a nice little 1, 2, and the 3 isn't done yet because we're in a 1, 2, 3, 4. In my opinion, we're working on wave 5. Where is wave 5 going to go? Well, let's go a little bit higher. Here's the 2618. Happens to coincide with this negative 236 extension. Now, I am concerned about this 3618 at 415. Wouldn't surprise me one bit for it to consolidate there. So again, for this guy to come up here, just kind of move sideways before it goes up and hits this target. So I said on the server earlier today, chances are pretty good it's probably going to hit that $4 target. If it pushes through 4 to 415, well, then it's going to realize this target up here at about 988. 967. I said $10. Keep it nice and simple. Maybe we get a front run. We'll just have to wait and see. But I am actually expecting MATIC to come up here. And again, this is just wave 3. What's going to happen after that wave 3? Well, then we go back to correct the entire move from this wave 2 to wherever this wave 3 ends, we're going to end up correcting that entire move, and then we're going to be going higher. Now, do I think the MATIC's going to go to $157? I mean, no, unless Bitcoin decides to go way above the $100,000 targets that we have for Bitcoin. I would say not in the next year, but maybe in the next 3 to 4 years, I would say that MATIC can achieve some of these prices at $157. You know, some things that I have said in the past when doing analysis on other assets is I said, you know, if I were to sit here and show you guys this and say, all right, well, the price on MATIC right now is about 2 cents, but I think that it's pretty likely it's going to go to 85 cents, right? Obviously, we know that it went past that. But if I were to say that back here and say, yeah, you know what? The upside target, you know, we're sitting here at a penny. The upside target is going to be well above 85 cents. Well, I mean, look what happened. It took a while to get there. How long did it take to get there? Well, let's just see. From down here, let's just say that, you know, in hindsight, I got it late. How long did it take to get there? It took 382 days. It took over a year to get there, but was that worth the 7,400% profit? I mean, I think it is. I think it's well worth waiting a year to a year and a half even to achieve that target. Now, what this means, and I said the same thing about SHIB, and I'm going to say it here. What this means, though, is the chance of MATIC going up another 7,000%, it's pretty small. It's pretty small. What are we looking at right now for the upside target? We're looking at 400%, which is still significant, but it's not thousands and thousands of percents. And that's what people get caught up in. They're like, oh, well, it's gone up 7,000%, so it's going to do it again. No, it's not. Even if it goes to 157, we're looking at, let's see here, well, I guess that is about 8,000%, but we're talking several years down the road. And in my opinion, it's got to go through like $21, right? It's got to go through this area before it can even think about going up that high. It's got lots of resistance to go through. The first one, of course, is at $4.15. The next one is at $10, and the next one is at $20. Now, we're currently sitting here at about $1.87. Right, $1.87, you know, there's going to be a lot of consolidation that happens. A lot of people are going to get shaken out of their positions. But what I think is more than likely going to happen with our good friend MATIC here is we're probably going to find a bounce up, retest this breakout zone here, and then we go up here, we hit that target, and then we see the little head and shoulders, and we come back significantly, probably down to, you know, about 60 cents. So we're talking about losing a ton of value here, going from $10 down to 60 cents. Now, there's great profit potential here, but if you're going to be a long-term hold, I mean, I think there's better places to buy. Then you can look to get that move up to $20. I wouldn't try and take MATIC all the way up to 157. That target is there. Yes, I will recognize that the target for MATIC is there at 157, and maybe 5 years down the road we're going to see it. But again, that's the wave 3. Go down for wave 4, and then our wave 5 target right there at about $20 to $21. That's what I think MATIC is going to do. When that is done, then I believe, and again, we're talking about this going into potentially the end of 2022, if and when MATIC does get up to that $21 target, I think we're going to have a significant pullback, probably a little bit of a bear market, and I think MATIC can go back down to, say, 15, 20 cents. Now, that's a big deal, right? And nobody can tell you with 100% certainty that this is what's going to happen. I'm not saying with any amount of certainty that this is exactly what's going to happen. All I'm saying is with the tools that I use, this is what I see. We're going to take it 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time. Looking at the indicators right now, let me tell you what I see on MATIC at this point in time. Let me go ahead and let this load here. We had a buy signal on MATIC right back here, and it's actually right where it's at right now at about $1.86, $1.87 in that particular range. We do have a buy signal down here. A couple things that we've had happen since then. The 3 hour looks like it's starting to come down. The daily looks like it wants to come down. So I would say, you know, if you're looking short term, it needs to break up above this. But the other thing that I see is we've got a nice expanding wedge, and this tends to be a little bit of a bullish thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be a good stop loss if you're wanting to get in to MATIC right there at about $1.79. That's a decent stop loss on that asset right there at about $1.79. The only thing that I don't like is the daily is still heading down. So if this just continues to consolidate here for a couple more days, I think that this 12-hour can move down and reset, and then at that point it's probably a good trade. So for right now, I don't see a good entry on here. Obviously, it's gone up pretty significantly since the lows back on October 27th. It's gone up about 78% since then. That's significant. Now, what did we have back here? Did we have anything that told us this would be a good place to buy? So first off, we have, again, using the indicators, the 1 hour, the 3 hour, and the 12-hour were all in oversold down here. This was okay. This was not bad right back here in this general area. But we really haven't had anything significant since then. If I wanted to point this out, that we're talking right here, we're talking right here, and then we're also talking about down here in this area as well, down about $1.25, right? So using just the indicator, the weekly is heading up. And we had most of the time frames were down in about the same area. So these were great places to be buying. And obviously that's hindsight, but I do this kind of stuff all the time to prove that, the indicator works. You just have to know how to use it, and you have to have the patience and no emotion when you are using it. Because when you introduce emotion to your trading and to your analysis, that is when you tend to lose. You tend to lose out because you have your own bias that you're trying to just continue and confirm for yourself. And like right here, this buy is not a significant buy for me, right? This is why I wouldn't consider this a great new entry, because the 12-hour is still moving down. Now, if we get to the point where all of these guys move down and we're all down here at the same time and this guy goes all the way down here, then yeah, I would say this is a great place to be buying, assuming that it does get back down there when all of the different waves are all in oversold at the same time. If we get something like that, I think we will be in good shape. So let me check and see. I don't have any other comments or questions in the thread, so I'm just going to go ahead and end the video here. If you need access to our trading room, BitDoctor.org, you can get access to all of our crypto trades, traditional trades. We do stocks, we do crypto, we do futures, we do bonds, we do all kinds of things in the Discord. The only thing we don't do is Forex, just being completely honest. I'm not a fan of Forex, even though crypto is kind of like, kind of a watered down version of Forex. But at any rate, if you need access to our Discord, BitDoctor.org will get you all the information that you need in order to join. And of course, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, good night, and a good evening. Take care, everyone.